Alright, so I might be going a little out of order here with these videos. At the moment of recording, I've done 3. This is actually the 4th one, but it perhaps should maybe be 5th. But you know, we're going to talk about goals. And when is the best time to talk about goals? All the time. Throwing it out there. The metaphysical is so important. You've got to start throwing these things down on paper. And don't sell yourself short. Write down those things that you've always wanted. The universe is yours for the taking. It really, really is. I'm learning that myself right now, and there's so much that I have been given, and there's so much more that I'm going to receive. So, you know, being the president of Peru may not be something to put in your goals. I'm just going to throw that out there. But if you want the 5th wheel on a brand new F-Series truck, put it down there. If you've never even owned a vehicle before, don't let those silly little technicalities hold you back from a goal like that. Because if you make changes, you're able to double, triple your income. Basically, if you're able to do something different than what you've been doing, those can become a reality. You know, it's a good believer when you get a check that has extra digits on it than what you've received before. You're going to really start believing it then if you don't believe it right now. But let's just get all of your goals down on paper. You know, we don't want to focus on the negative. And so if you owe $80,000 in debt, don't put down that you want $80,000 to throw into a black hole called debt. This is a lot of the type of material that I've learned. Instead, you want to make, you know, $80,000 here in the next 9 months or something like that, because you want money. You want abundant money. If you owe $80,000 in debt and you make $160,000 this next year, would it make the most sense to take half of that money you earned and throw it right into your debt? It wouldn't. A portion of it, perhaps. But if a portion of that money can go elsewhere and accumulate more money, that makes more sense. So always be focusing on the positives and the pluses. You want more money. That's a great goal. You want to triple your income? La-di-da. Get specific. Let's get those numbers down there. Have some fun, but get detailed with your plans. Because, you know, if you may not see yourself making $1 million in 10 years, but if this next year you're able to double your income, you're going to be more believing that you could earn a 6-figure income. Once you make a 6-figure income, it's going to be more realistic to see yourself making $300,000 or $400,000. And see, as you get higher, the next step is just that. It's just another step. Now, you know, I'm really just not there myself, but I have seen these things take place. And I've had these blessings in my life before, to where I've been, you know, given treasures, and I've been given great opportunities. And so I do testify that these things really do work. You know, so by the way, a millionaire really only makes $300,000 or $400,000 a year, and that's why in 3 to 4 years they can make that kind of money. Now, I'm not throwing out these big numbers, you know, for any intent other than just to give you an extreme example of how things work and operate. So write down all of your goals, dream vacations, the money you want to make, the people, the organizations that you want to help out. They don't need to be money. Your purpose, your passion is everything. And so if you just want to make enough money to where you don't have to work so that you can go paint in some field somewhere, or you want to take waters down to Pioneer Park and hear the stories of our, you know, our brothers and sisters down there that are struggling financially, you can do those things when you have more money. Now, true, there are those people that are going to say, well, I can do that anyway. And you know what? You can. But let's be realistic about that. You know, there are people that say, I don't need a job and I can live off the grid, but they owe $10,000 in child support. That's not really working for them, and it's not working for their offspring. You know, so I'm just telling you, making more money is really a great thing. I believe that people that are ever going to be checking out these videos are those that want to make a difference in the world. And I'm telling you, by making more money, having more resources, that will assist you in being able to do more. Okay, so let's get and really take our goals serious. Because what's the point in making changes if you don't know what you're making these changes for? There's nothing worse as a salesman than talking to someone who says, I don't know how much money I want to make. I'm like, well, why are we even on the phone? Well, because I want to make more money. But the reason they've never made 100K is because they never said, I want to make 100K. They never had that Winnebago because they never said, I want that Winnebago. They just think, well, I'm going to make more money and then I'll figure out my goals. You need to know your goals right now before you have them. Those dreams, those passions, you need to define those things right now. You've got to visualize them. Someone I worked for years ago had this thing he called the vivid vision. And he said, you're not going to be able to have your dream house until, while dreaming about it, you can actually smell the apple pie in the oven. And I'm telling you, that's really how it works. You've got to really believe it, and you've really got to get into it that way to where you see it before you have it, because then you have it in essence. So focus on your goals. Take this as serious as you would marketing your product or fulfilling the service that you have. Your goals is a very important element in this entire operation.